Alright, enjoying another campground. There's a lake here. Not sure how big it is. I think it's part of the irrigation system here in southern Alberta. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're having some fun. Careful, buddy. Water's danger. Dog's having a blast chasing seagulls. We finally had to lock her up because she wouldn't listen to us. And the kids, of course, are having a blast too. We didn't bother putting our swimming suits on. It's sure nice to be able to cool off. It's actually beautiful out. It's not even that hot. Nice breeze. No bugs. Very nice little campground. So, wow, we had a great experience today too. Ran into some Mennonite lady just actually stopped us on the road. She thought, because it said Homestead on the back of her vehicle, there's a, well, I don't know, I can get this wrong, but I think they're Homestead Mennonite or something, some kind of group in the States that she had just learned of, and she thought maybe we were them. So we're not, but anyway, I believe God leads us all into each other's paths for a reason. So we exchanged contact and had a really nice conversation with her. She's from this area, of course, and yeah, a nice chat. So probably run into each other again one day, I imagine. So now we're relaxing the campground. Tomorrow we're going to check out some more stuff in this area, and then what is it? Monday, Tuesday. So probably on Wednesday we'll head up to where we used to live and look around there. And no, put that back, buddy. Put that rock back. Yep. We'll head back to where we used to live and look around there, show the kids. And then I think Thursday or Friday we'll probably pull out of this area again. But it was nice to see it again. Are you running too, Finny? You running? Run really fast. Oh, that's pretty quick. That's pretty quick. They're all a little bit wet from the water now. That's what happens when you go in without your swimming shorts. You wet too? Oh, you're not too bad, eh? Just the bottom. He decided to sit down. Thought it was a good idea. Nice little play park for the kids. It goes pretty slow. Yeah, you going head first, Dave? Good morning, everybody. We are waking up here in, oh, I forget where we are. Close to Raymond, Alberta. Anyway, 20 minutes from Raymond, Alberta. And nice enough campground. Got a little rainy last night, a little windy this morning, but all in all, it's a nice place. There's actually trees down here, so we're in the coolies. I am still looking for parts, trying to figure out the AC condenser unit for this vehicle. Apparently, it's an AC condenser and oil cooler all in one, which causes some issues. Some guys can find me a condenser unit but can't find me an oil cooler. What is it, buddy? Hi. Oh, your tape measure on? Yeah, but I was feeling. So anyway, just lots and lots of calling around, tons of different part numbers, trying to sort all this mess out. It's enjoyable. The frustrating part, I guess, is that nobody seems to know. Like, even Chevrolet doesn't have a listing for this part, which the Chevy guy didn't understand, but that's just the way it is. Winnebago says it's Chevy stuff, so they have no listing, and Chevy's got no listing. Lots of online RV forums that I've been searching through, trying to find information. One of the viewers here, actually my old neighbor, he recommended Rock Auto for the engine exhaust, the exhaust manifold. So I went on there now. I did find up some more crossover numbers on Rock Auto, so hopefully... What are you doing, measuring? So hopefully that'll turn up something. But yeah, anyway, that's been my morning. Denise is busy working hard making pancakes by the looks of it. Yeah, pancakes for breakfast today. Yep. Cora's doing dishes. What are you doing there, Anna?
Drying.
You're drying the dishes? Keelan's doing nothing? Holding the blankets down, right? Somebody's got to do it. Madeline's sleeping, talking, not sleeping. And I think there's a couple more kids in the back sleeping. Or reading, no, not sleeping. They're reading. Well, we're back on the road again. Good morning. I did finally figure out some stuff about parts. It is a royal pain, but in 1999, Workhorse took over the, what do you want to call it? The chassis of Chevy. So it's a P30 up until 1998, and in 99 it becomes a P32 under the Workhorse brand and not under Chevy. And I managed to call Workhorse in the States this morning and finally found, I think, all the answers I'm going to need from now on. They've got a listing for all the parts that are in this thing. They took over the listings from previous years, so where it was really confusing before, part of it being Chevy, part of it being Winnebago, Workhorse took over that, and I managed to find a condensing unit / oil cooler, which is getting ordered and sent down to a shop in Montana, and we'll head back down there and get that put in. And any other parts I need, I can get through them as well. So we're cruising now through southern Alberta. I forget exactly where we stayed, but it was kind of between Raymond and Coots. There's a little campground, beautiful place. Back on the road now. This here is a massive Hutterite colony. If you're not familiar with Hutterites, they're along the lines of Amish and Mennonites in the fact, like in their religion, in the Anabaptist tradition. They came from a similar part of the country, of Europe, Switzerland, Germany, those areas. They live communally. They believe in communal living. Here, that's better, clear for you. I'm just gonna pull over and stop. So, when we lived in Ontario, I had no idea what a Hutterite was. Had never heard of one until we moved to Alberta. But this is a colony. So they quite often own thousands upon thousands of acres of land. They live communally. If you see right there, where are we going? There, you see all the buildings with the windows. Those are all houses. We counted yesterday, there's 14 porches. So I would assume it's 14 houses in one long strip. And then there's another group. So that's, where's my finger? Right there. So that one, can't see my finger, I'll back up a bit. Right there is one, and then there's another one on the other side of that shop. So there's at least 28 homes in this community, and they'll have a mix of everything. So like I say, they live communally. They usually have church together every day after work. They eat at least 2 meals a day together, quite often breakfast in their own homes. Each colony may vary a little bit, but the ones that we were aware of. Here they have a big pig barn. The ones that we knew, is not this one, but the ones that we knew, they made all their own feed. They had their own welding shop, manufacturing shop. They had a cow barn, a pig barn, chicken barn, beef. So a little bit of everything. And because they all work communally, nobody actually gets paid. There's no wages. Everybody just collectively works. All the men do, you know, working out in the fields and taking care of the animals. The ladies are in kitchen prep. We could actually maybe tour one sometime. We've done that in the past. I don't know if they'd be okay with us filming or not. They have state-of-the-art everything. They drive cars, they drive tractors, quite often it's brand new everything. So they're not like Amish in that sense, just in the Anabaptist tradition and in the faiths that they hold, the belief systems that they hold. Big belief in work ethic, but everybody has the same thing. So no one family is richer than another. The colony earns the money, and everybody gets food paid for, and clothing paid for, and lodging, and everything that they could possibly need by the colony, and everybody's the same. And that's why all their houses look identical as well. They have huge state-of-the-art commercial kitchens, and walk-in coolers, walk-in freezers, you know, big meat processing areas when they go to do it. You know, there'll be 30 of them working on it all at once, processing all their chickens or whatever else it is. I mean, it's a sight to see if you ever get a chance to go tour a colony. All the ones that we've ever known are very friendly. They're very open, like you can come on in. The last time we had friends over in Saskatchewan, we went to a local colony there, and I think it cost us 20 bucks or something for the tour, and they wandered us literally through everything, their child care center, everything. Yeah, it's very structured, very organized, and most of them are very well run. You get the odd one with some issues. You know, a leader, you still have bosses and hierarchy, so if you get one that's not very good, obviously that can reflect upon the entire colony. But very neat, and like I said, thousands upon thousands of acres they'll own. And those colonies again that we knew, I'm not saying they're all the same, but once they hit a certain size, then they'd split off and start a new colony. So half the cow herd, half the beef herd, half the chickens, half the pigs, they would take and they'd build brand new stuff on another X amounts of thousands of acres, start it all over, and a certain amount of families would leave to start this new colony, and then they would continue to grow again. I believe those colonies went up to like 120 people and then split in half, so then it would be 60 and 60, but again, I don't know if they're all the same.
This looks like a new colony.
This does look very, very new. Yeah, all the buildings are new. Big grain storage here. Like I said, they got a pig barn over there. This looks like a machine shop of some sort in the middle here. Lots of equipment. You can see the houses there, and you can see the other row of houses farther over on the edge. Keep rolling by. Look at a big feed mill. They're very self-sufficient, self-contained, and in a certain way, it's just like the homestead way. They try to do everything that they can possibly do themselves, which is not unlike us.
Except on a bigger scale.
But everything's on a large scale, like huge scale. No, there is an area back farther in those trees, maybe. Right, so there you can see the other row of houses and the porches. So the gardens might be in the middle of that. I have no idea.
Way in the back of those trees.
Yeah, farther back. Anyway, that is probably the largest colony I've ever seen. It's possible that these guys are a little different. Maybe they grow bigger, because if you only have 120 people in your colony, there's no reason to have that many houses. That I counted 28 houses the other day. You know, if each one has a family of 5, you're over your 120 pretty quick. So I'm not sure. Every colony is different, but it's really neat, and I would encourage that. They are all over Western Canada and in the States as well. If you get an opportunity, like I said, they're very welcoming, very friendly. Check it out, because it's neat. We don't live like that, and I think we can learn a lot from it. Our model on our farm always too is to grow a little bit of everything. I find that modern agriculture, everybody focuses on one thing. So you have all your eggs in one basket. You drop that basket and you're done for. Or you go to the bank, you borrow more money, but to me that's still done for. That's not a long-term solution. You can't keep borrowing money. But if you have, as an example, on our farm, we'll carry pigs, we'll carry beef, we'll carry chickens. If the beef price is no good, we'll still be making some money on the chickens or on the pigs or something. It tends to be that one's down, another one's up, and so it kind of flattens your income, right? So you're always making something, at least. And that's the same way these guys run. I believe that's the way all the old family farms used to run. People had, maybe not a lot, but they had 5 pigs in the backyard, even to grow their own food. Now it's all specialized in one thing. And it's not working, in my opinion. Agriculture is busted. So we've kind of come up with that model, and these guys have the same principle, and it works very well for them. The other thing is it gives something for everybody to do. Everybody's got work. There's no competition as far as who's earning what. You're equal, and that's very biblical. If you look in Acts, everybody gave everything away, so they had all things in common. I'm not recommending that everybody just goes out and gives away all their stuff, but there is something to be said for having things in common, and in a church to being on the same playing field. There's not one rich guy and one poor guy. Everybody's the same, because in God's eyes, we are all the same. So there's a lot to be learned from it. I highly encourage you to check it out. For the rest, southern Alberta is, there's a mix of rolling hills and flat land. For the most part, there's no trees. Where you will find trees is around homesteads, around houses, where they've been planted and where they get watered. Because if they don't get watered, they don't grow. Let me shut this window because it is noisy. I like it, but yet I don't like it. There's drawbacks to it. It doesn't rain enough here. Of course, right now it's raining, but quite often it doesn't rain enough, and you're very reliant on an irrigation system. I'll shut this off. We'll carry on after the rain. Alright, we are in Lethbridge, Alberta, both Ariana. There's Ariana and Waylon over there. We're both born here in Lethbridge, Alberta. So we thought we'd kind of neat to go drive to the hospital. I don't know, hospital's a hospital, but it's still neat. This is their birthplace. They're the only two of our children born in Western Canada. We're just around the other bend. One thing I always liked around here, downtown Lethbridge, is lots of big trees they've got down here. Yeah, wide roads, lots of room.
There it is.
So that is the hospital that they were born in.
Right here, this big building.
Doesn't look like this particular spot has changed a whole lot.
Here it is.
Anyway, a little trip down memory lane. We're going all the different places we used to live and we've been, and places of significance to our family. So that is one of them. Absolutely beautiful day. Look at that sky. We're at another campground in Coaldale, Alberta. They've got all this stuff set up for bikes. There's a bigger bike path with jumps and stuff over there. It's all gravel. And then this one the kids are playing in right now. It's all paved. So this is for the town, not for the campground, but still. Campground's over here. And just right alongside this field. So there's a canal. Southern Alberta is full of canals. This was all kind of wasteland. You couldn't do much with it without water. It doesn't grow real good. But now it is beautiful farmland. Lacks trees. Like every clump of trees you see here, they irrigate those to keep them alive. Otherwise they wouldn't survive. There's an irrigation system in the field there. You see the tires on it. That's the center of it, the blue box. There's a pipe that comes out of the ground there, usually about 8 inches. And then this thing drives around in circles in the field to spray the crops. Anyway, beautiful. You get canola there in the backdrop. It's an amazing day. Amazing evening. We got a pile of rain. Another thing about the west here, at least when we lived here, the storms just roar in and roar out, and then the sky clears up and you have a beautiful day again. So stay away from the water, buddy. Walking with Finn. Here's the canal I was talking about, so it's definitely pretty full. Stay there, Finn. You stay there. Full of water. And they're all over the place. I don't know per se where this water comes from, but I would assume out of the Old Man River as well. The Old Man Dam is... we were going to look at it, we never ended up doing it. But a dam network, it basically dammed off a coulee, and it feeds an extra 117,000 acres of land or something like that. But even prior to that, they had a lot of these canals, and it brings water all over the place. It's quite an interesting network. People's drinking water comes out of this, everything. Like it gets filtered, of course, but everything's treated. Very, very few people actually have a well around here. One of our goals while we're on holidays is to get more exercise. Is it working yet?
Yeah, it's me.
It's you, boy, your hair's a mess. We are probably getting a lot less exercise actually than we normally would, because we normally work and do stuff, and now we're just sitting around in motorhomes. But our goal is to try to do more hiking and more exercise, because it's good for us. Also for the little, see these boys, they get pretty wound up, full of steam, hey? Like this fella right here, and this fella right here. They get wound right up. So it's good to get some exercise, tucker them out and sleep better, and probably behave better. You behave good?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes? That's a very honest assessment right there. That's what we're doing. Out for a beautiful stroll. Like I said, it literally was just like thunderstorm, lightning, like rolling bang, 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 thunder, piles and piles of rain. Path is bone dry. When we got here, we couldn't even get out of the motorhome. Well, you could, but you would have got drenched, and now it's dry. Birds are chirping. Ooh, there's a hawk that just landed in the field. Let's see if he'll come back out of there. He's right in the corner by these posts here. There's a hawk of some sort sitting in that field. I think I can see his head. Yep, he's right there. Where did he go? Right there. I don't know if you can make him out, but he's right there. His head moves once in a while. don't know what he's doing there. He's hiding, maybe. Yeah, he's not planning on flying anywhere. Maybe just a young one. Anyways, out for a stroll. Very, very nice. Beautiful day. And you gotta love that canola fields. I'm not a big fan of any canola products in particular, but I love the colors. Nice family photo time or something, maybe. Beautiful. Alright, now we're getting some exercise. Looks like these paths go all the way around town. Not exactly a nature hike, but I hear birds in the midst of all these houses. Just discussing why there's such a berm here. There's a big hole there, so I don't know, maybe once in a blue moon they get a big flood or something. And they want to keep the water out of town. Like, we must be 10 feet higher, probably. Well, about that. So, not sure. There is a canal here. Oh, yeah, I bet you there used to be. It's probably all underground now. Let's have a look. I know when we left it 10 years ago, they were putting a lot of water underground. Big pipe networks. So this probably used to be a canal full of water. Absolutely. Both sides of it here. And if you look on the other side, it carries on. But it's lower. And then there it is again. So it probably was a bit of a dam right there. I'll bet you it's all underground now. Yeah, more of a ditch. That's probably just a remaining ditch. Because right there, there's some kind of a catchment there, and there's a pumping thing. Who knows? Somebody spent a lot of time. I think it's comical. There's a lot of Dutchmen living around here. I don't know who built the canals, but in Holland, there's canals all over the place to get rid of the water. And then here in southern Alberta, there's canals all over the place to bring in the water. So, kind of neat. So we were working real hard to catch up, and Finney. It turns out they're coming back this way. So all along, we could have just sat down and waited for them. Here they come. Da 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 da.
I gave you a head start. Now you're gonna be on the...
Who did they think that they are? Where did I get that dog? Da 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 da. Oh my, what's going on here? So apparently this site was booked. This whole campground's full. Although there's lots of empty sites. This has bought all the sites for their guys. But it sounds like from this guy they're pulling out soon. So nobody was in this site. We were allowed to use it, even though it's paid for by someone else. It's kind of neat. We are sinking away. Slowly. Hopefully it doesn't go any further. Got quite a tilt on the motor arm. I don't know if you can make that out or not, but it's tilted quite a bit to the Wayland side. Which makes for good sleeping if you keep your head on this side. Right, Mom? How was your walk? You look positively happy and delightful. What have you, Miss Madeline? Did you like your walk? Hello. I'm trying to look at my fingers. Why don't you look at these fingers? Hey, over here, Maddie. Over here. Hey, hello. People like to see you.
I think it's time for me